Hey, what up? Happy morning. It's about to do the latest LeetCode challenge, and then later today, gonna be doing some Beam. So pretty excited about that. Woohoo! I am thinking about going over to Switch though, Twitch instead of streaming on YouTube. I don't know. So let me know if you have any thoughts on that, and we'll get this thing moving. All right, this is gonna be the second problem in week 2. We've yet to see anything harder than easy. So let's see. All right, so this problem, given two strings s and t, return if they are equal when both are typed into empty text editors. Okay. I don't know what empty text editors has to do with it. Like if the input is a b pound c and t is a d pound c, the output is true because both S and T become AC. Okay. Still trying to figure out what in the world that means. Oh, geez. Okay, because, all right. I missed like the whole sentence. This is a backspace character. Okay. So I'm tempted to just kind of reg exit. um, Still kind of thinking that over. Um, but yeah, so basically this character is going to erase the character before it. And so those both become AC. Looking over here, we get 2 backspaces. So what does that mean? If we get AB pound pound, does that erase both? And the answer is yes, because as we traverse, this one deletes the B, and this one deletes the A. So if I did reg exit, that may not work out so well. So my headphones are beeping. Let's worry about that later. Okay, so I think in that case, I mean, I could just kind of loop through each string and clean them up. And that would be an O of n operation because it scales with the input size, linear. I don't think we could do any better than that. And we don't need to allocate any new data structure. So, I mean, I think it's going to be constant on the memory. So I almost feel like this is a trap. But I think this is just dead simple. It's weird. It seems like the problems have gotten easier to me. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining that. Okay, but yeah, let's just do it. I'm going to make a separate function here called cleanup. It takes a string, and what it does is oh, okay. So I lied about that memory complexity because in order for me to clean up the array without allocating new memory, I have to do a lot of operations to remove those. So that's pretty gross. So I don't want to keep sliding everything down in the array multiple times. And so it would be even better if I could compare these arrays without actually changing anything, without actually moving anything around. So if I want that sweet, sweet memory usage, then that's what I got to do. So there is definitely an easier way to solve that problem where you just kind of loop through and remove those things and it's no problem. But I'm not happy with that memory usage. So I don't think it's going to be hard to do it a better way. So instead, what I think we can do is basically keep 2 pointers. So I'll just type that out a little bit. We'll call it left and right. Is S at 0? No. left, we'll call it left index and right index. All right, and what we'll do is basically advance the pointers. And we'll try to do this basically at the same time. Pointers at the same time. Well, indexes at the same time. That's just getting kind of gross. Because if I come into if I hit a disparity, I don't know which one it's going to be. And like we saw with this pound one, I end up erasing both letters. So it's not like I can just simply look at the next one. Alright, well that's looking a little sticky, so I think we might just go ahead and do this one easy and then look for optimization and just kind of see how it goes. Because I'm seeing a rabbit hole there. Oh, but it's something I also don't want to give up. Jeez, I don't know. Any opinions out there, cyberspace? Let me sip coffee and think about it. Alright, the coffee told me just to do it. Do it anyway. Anyway, that'll get it done. So I'm going to do it this way. Clean up equals, we'll take it in a string. And what we'll do is loop through it old school. Alright. And if S oh geez. It's just kind of gross. It's doing more operations than I thought, so we're gonna have to just get it done and then look at the runtime. So the more I think about it, the less I like the straightforward approach. It seemed so easy in the beginning. What happened? Alright, so if S at I is equal to the backspace character, const result equals, then it's basically result dot pop. So we'll basically treat this like a stack. So we'll actually call this stack. Else stack dot push S at I. We'll return our stack, and that will be an array, and all will be good there. And so I think that function is good. So basically all we have to do at this point is return if cleanup S equals cleanup T. That's not quite true either. Dang it. I've got two arrays here. So if I want to compare two arrays, I can loop through again and look at each item. But just to see if this even works, I'm going to go ahead and do that in a way that's easier for me to type and is no less correct. Alright, so we got the answer. Let's go ahead and submit it and make sure we actually got the real answer. I do expect our run times and our memory usage to just be poor. Let's go ahead and look at that. I'm actually surprised to see it did so well. Whew. I don't know. So we got a decision to make. Are we okay with this? Are we not? But go forward, and the solutions I'm kind of thinking about are going to put me somewhere in this range probably. And so if I click on those, I can just see the answer. it's just a matter of whether I want to spend the next 20 minutes getting to there. So, I don't know. And thank you, Ryan, by the way, for telling me that I could just click on this. It's very tempting. That's funny. You can see there's like a wide gulf. There's either this approach or that approach. All right, let's go ahead and just cheat and call it a day because I want to get to Beam. So here's another solution. What it does is it goes through. Wait, what? Okay, so it does something kind of like we did. It builds up a string and it cleans them up. If we look at the solution, so it takes in a string. Oh, this is literally what I did. They just did an array.join instead of a toString, whatever. Yeah, so that's interesting to see. Maybe the join was faster than the toString, so that's not surprising. But if we look at these solutions over here, let's see, this is the same thing. They pop off the stack or they push on the stack and they do the join. And that's it. So it looks like all the fast solutions are essentially the same. I guess that makes sense. So there's somebody who did it even better. They just inlined it, but it's essentially the same thing. Huh. So maybe the overhead of having that function was enough to do it. But interesting to see that all the faster solutions involved a stack and same approach, and they just didn't care about memory. Now, if we look at the memory usage, looks like I ended up here. So we've got one approach. Yeah, hard to click on. That basically does what we did. All right. So we're kind of closer to this side. Now, if we look at the other side, backspace compare. So the result, they split, they go through each one. I mean, this is the same thing. It's still allocating the same memory. So maybe these look far apart, but maybe that's just a result of the graph. So, so in this case, I feel really good about the solution, and I'm glad I didn't spend the next 30 minutes trying to find something better, because it seems like everybody is basically in the same ballpark. We could probably get this number down very easily with a few minor optimizations, looking at, basically trimming up some code, but I just don't really think that's worth doing. And so I'm going to call this done. And so make sure to let me know if you want me to stay on YouTube, or if you don't care, that's fine too. Because I'm looking at doing some Twitch, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Because I really don't want to annoy anyone who's subscribed to this channel with all the constant notifications if they're not into this sort of thing. So, all right, I'm gonna go play The Witcher.